Music by the Southern River Band with Let It Ride. We are back for the Four-Wheel Drive podcast. Not going to say what it says in my run sheet there. Ronnie, how are you, mate?
Oh, what does it say?
Oh, you don't want to know.
Oh, right, okay.
The producer's just taking it out now. How are you, mate? You going all right?
Yeah, I'm going all right.
We missed each other. Jaden, you good?
Well, yeah, I'm good.
Missed
I'm
each
very
other,
good, thank you.
Missed each other last week, didn't we?
We did.
Why
we did.
was that?
It was a good week. I was away in Bali.
Yeah, and why were you away in Bali?
Oh, it was my birthday.
Oh,
last
happy
week.
birthday, mate. Good on
Thank
you. How old did you turn, actually?
I am now 28. Yeah, I know.
Bloody hell.
I know.
Happy birthday, mate.
Thank you.
Whippersnapper.
Thank you. Yeah, young fella.
Young fella.
It must suck to be that old.
Aren't we the same age, mate?
No, not. I'm 27.
You're almost 28 though. You're not far off, mate.
Oh, it's nice to be back together as a little family. Today we're talking about travelling with a family, and I feel like this has become a nice little family here. Because I was saying that we missed each other last week, and it actually feels like a lot of time between 2 weeks ago. Like when I don't see you blokes every week now, it feels weird.
You miss us.
I miss you.
Yeah.
Oh,
Miss you.
It's like on a Wednesday. Oh, don't have to get up at 5
Yeah,
o'clock.
yeah,
Well,
so
what am I doing up?
that was
We're
pretty nice.
going anyway.
That was pretty nice.
oh, you said you had a pretty good wake up this morning.
I did. I bounced out of bed this morning.
Straight up.
Yeah, I don't know why. Maybe the early, because I had to come in and do
You're a
it.
snoozer?
I didn't today.
Yeah, I don't on a podcast morning. It's like I have
Mate,
to get
it's
out
not-
or I'll be late.
I'm making the most of my sleep time before I get up. The Four Drive podcast on Instagram, all our episodes over on BackChat's YouTube. And thank you to our patrons. We're getting some great traction there. I've sent the boots off to James,
Oh, great.
the prize winner. And there's merchant voice messages over at backchatstudios.com.au, the Four Drive podcast. Just follow the prompts there. Get us a voice message, buy some shirts, buy whatever you want.
Buy the whole shop.
Is that what I have to say for all that?
Hey, you didn't have to say any of it if you don't want to.
Yeah, cool.
We're getting any patches soon?
Any patches?
Patches all cool there.
I haven't thought about it. It hasn't been on my radar.
It is now.
Yeah, it should be though. It should be on.
It is now.
It's definitely been
Put it
put
in
on my
shape.
radar.
It's on a public radar now.
Yeah. Everyone's going to be
Yeah, we
waiting.
should get some patches soon. Soon?
What'd you
Yeah.
say? What'd you say?
Soon. Should get some patches soon.
Is the Mornington accent coming through?
Oh, Morton, that's right.
you miss a week and you think you can get away with it.
Yeah, no, you can't. You just
No,
can't. I actually don't think about that until I sit back down in this chair, and Ronnie's always reminding me.
Yeah,
now.
Ronnie's onto it, isn't he?
Well, if it's not me, it's you.
All right, we're going to go to On The Radar. Now, it's a public On The Radar, but it's our private On The Radar, which we'd planned for. And we got Rafa to thank again for this one. Have you seen the run sheet at all today?
No.
No, you have been busy. So he's got to us. Rafa is probably our man. He probably should be. He is the fourth member of this podcast. We speak of Liam.
Yeah, he does a fair bit of my job. Rafa is Liam.
Rafa is Liam.
And he has come through with the goods week after week, I reckon. He comes through with the goods. And I don't know where this man finds all his information, but there's a lot going on up in
He
Cairns.
seems to be across everything,
I
doesn't
reckon
he?
he's got a little bit of time on his hands there.
Yeah. But what he's found for us this time is a new 70 series front end.
Oh, yes.
Now, you would have seen it.
I did see that.
Now, I might need Jaden to run us through a little bit of this, but they've done
Just the lights?
Yeah,
yeah, so it's just,
but
yeah,
they've done a bonnet as well.
They
so
have.
it's
Oh.
front end.
yeah. But it's, is it for the new,
No, it's for the old one.
it's for the old one?
Yeah,
Aftermarket.
yeah. So I think it's for the old model, but it's new. It's the new lights. So like with the sticking
with
out
the-
indicators and
What do we call them?
that kind of stuff.
Sorry?
What do you call,
The stick out indicators.
pardon me? No, the shape of the headlights on the new 70 series.
Oh, they look like eyeballs.
Yeah. Yeah, that's
We
what you
call them
that's what you
eyeballs.
call them.
Yeah.
Eyeballs.
The eyeball
Eyeballs.
lights.
Eyeballing you. Sitting right up behind you. Get out of the fast lane. Get out of the fast lane.
Well, we know the 70, we know that's
Yeah.
what the fast.
There's a bit of that going on this morning.
Well, your car winks at you.
Yeah, it does.
camera it does.
Well, it does if you look at the camera.
Have we got a photo of the front end? This is going to be good if
If you
pull
give me
this up
2
quickly.
minutes,
Yeah,
I'll,
2
So-
minutes. That's too long.
Someone's come up with a kit so they can look like the new one.
Yeah, but the bonnet, it's called a dry carbon bonnet. I don't know if that's the material or just the name they've gone with. It's $8,000 for this thing.
Would that even be legal though? Like the bonnet?
I don't know.
Wouldn't it have to be like part of the crash thing?
It looks pretty wicked. when, yeah, they're, yeah.
Yeah, there it is. So I think that's the bonnet, and then those are the lights.
It looks like
I like the bonnet. I
Yeah,
don't know
I like
about
the
it all
bonnet.
combined. As I've
it
blown
looks
up
like a
there.
modern GQ.
Oh,
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
What
I
is-
can see a bit of that.
What is that?
I can see a bit of
yeah,
that.
this little vent looking thing.
Yeah, so there's a vent on the bonnet on the side, just above the wheel arch. Odd.
So this company, are we talking they're in Melbourne?
Yeah, they're in Victoria.
In
yeah.
Victoria?
Yeah.
And they're called Romy?
Romy?
ROHMY, Australia.
Yeah.
Based in Victoria. $8,000 for that bonnet. $1,500 basically for the new model lights and $1,800 for the old lights. I don't
Fair
know.
bit of coin to drop
fair
on
bit of
that.
coin. And you're
So-
already dropping a fair bit of coin on that
Yeah.
car.
So it must be carbon fibre then, eh?
Yeah, it's a dry carbon bonnet,
Yeah. So
Like a
dry
dry
carbon
carbon,
is
yeah.
another word for carbon fibre?
pretty much.
Okay. Well,
dry-
that will be
As opposed to wet carbon.
that'll be very very expensive to make. So
Would it?
oh yeah,
Yeah, right.
carbon fibre. Yeah.
I don't know. I was around it yesterday. I don't know if I'm as around it today.
Yeah, I'm less around it knowing the price.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
Yeah, it's a lot of money to spend on looks, isn't it?
It is.
Yeah.
But if you're going to do it, this is probably a pretty good spot to do it at. Like, looks fairly quality.
Yeah, it looks. I'm just staring at it now, and it almost doesn't look like the new 70 series. It doesn't look like the old one either. It's like this mix of both.
Yeah, like a little
Like a
facelift
little
almost.
hybrid, sort of more old
Yeah.
style.
What do you think, Ronnie? Would you do that to your Troopy?
Nah. I like the old look of the car. So you've got a new look at the car, you got an old look at the car. So it's kind of like I don't like changing the aesthetics of a car that much. It just I don't know. That's me though. You know, that's me.
Anyway,
It kind of reminds me of a little bit of what's that movie called? Not Need for Speed. What's that one? Fast and Furious. Yeah. It's the kind of thing you do to like a one of those
like a
cars.
street
like
car.
a drift car.
Yeah. Like you want your drift car to stand out.
Yeah. Show car.
Yeah. Show car.
Yeah.
That is exactly right. You wouldn't. That it's a show car you're making.
Show car. Yeah. Which people do with 70 series.
People do.
They are show cars or some are.
To a degree, yeah.
Yeah, some are. All right, quick on the radar.
What would some of the accessories be in a show car?
On a show car, on a 70 series show car?
Yeah.
Oh, you'd be doing like a 5-inch lift.
Yeah. It'd have to be a massive lift, massive tyres.
You're going a sound system that's different to a stupid sound system. I feel like you've got a good idea of what.
No, keep going.
On a 70 series, I would definitely update the stick
Oh yeah.
to a cool skull head or something.
Oh,
Yeah.
Keep
righto.
going.
Yeah.
Some flames down the side, a couple of pinstripes maybe.
Yeah,
Oh,
the paint
go
job's
old
got to be
school.
different. The paint job's got to be different.
Yeah. You're almost describing my old 79, except for it was like 2 inches off the 5-inch.
Yeah, that was a bit of a show car.
Yeah, it was. I turned it into a show car, but then it still did get used.
It definitely got
It was a
used.
usable show car.
Yeah.
What about lowering a 70 series right down, just dropping it like?
I've
See, I was
seen
thinking
that.
that.
Have you?
No.
No good?
No. Oh, if you're going to use it for a drag car, but then you probably want to put a different motor in it too.
Yeah. Oh, I've never seen it. Where did you see it?
I think there's a few like that I use for diesel drags.
Oh, right.
That are really low.
Really?
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Are you looking for that now?
I've seen a few Hiluxes that are low.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, that doesn't make
That
sense.
actually,
to
no,
me.
it would be happening in Dubai or Abu Dhabi or one of those places, wouldn't it?
Yeah, probably.
That's where they'd be doing it.
Yeah.
They do those big, like, they soup their patrols up and stuff to
Yeah,
drag and-
like that GQ that did 400 kilometers per hour.
400 k's an
400 k's per hour. I think it had like a Skyline motor or something dropped in it. It just it's
hour. You see
ridiculous.
how much Skylines are?
No.
No, it's crazy.
Yes. Yes.
didn't realise they were that good.
They're insane.
Yeah.
The GTRs as well. Just nuts.
It's pretty,
Out
it's
of
pretty
this
crazy.
world.
I thought you were talking about the price.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But how much are they?
Oh,
You can get,
car sales next week.
depending on what it is,
I'll
yeah,
get you. I'll get you.
upwards of
best-
$100,000.
Yeah.
Ouch. Yeah, I don't like the new ones. I like the old ones.
Yeah,
This is-
it's the old ones that go for the
these are the
most.
R34s.
Oh, right.
Yeah, you can get them.
For $100,000.
Oh, mate, they're so expensive.
Far out.
Yeah.
Well, there you go.
And anyway, speaking of car sales, let's get
Ooh.
on to my car sales. My car sales segment, which is bloody taking off flying colours, I reckon.
Full of skylines.
Tell me if I'm wrong. Jaden, can you give me the parameters that I was working with, please, if you've got them there?
I absolutely can.
Thank you.
So you had 35K
Yep.
budget,
Yep.
ute,
Yep.
light touring with a decent setup and no more than 250,000 Ks.
No, man, that's a great range.
What's light touring?
Yeah, exactly.
No, like what define light touring?
You define it for me because I can't.
Okay, light touring. Well, that to me says like short distance.
Yep.
So it doesn't seem to me like big fuel tanks and big water tanks.
Yep.
It's just like a couple of necessary things and we could hook up a trailer.
Yep.
That's what it seems to me.
Perfect.
Is
Because I
that what you
kind of didn't do that.
He's got the heavy tourer.
So what I've done here, I've gone 3 cars again, which I think I went last time. And I really wanted to give like an exotic choice as well, but I couldn't really find it. And I almost settled on a Land Rover, which last week's episode we released was obviously Jeff from Seriously Series. And I thought, I'll go a Land Rover. Jeff will love this. And it'd be a cool little light tourer. But I just couldn't find the right one, and I don't know enough about them. So anyway, you don't get an exotic choice today. You just get 3 decent choices for that price range. Under 250, I think I even went under 200 maybe, just to make sure that I was getting the right thing. Light tourer.
So a car with bits on it already.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, correct. All right. So Jaden, have you got them there for me, please, so the people can see, and we can, more so Ronnie can see what I'm telling him about. And you can put whatever you want up first, and I'll explain that one.
All right.
All right, so you're going to start with my number 1 choice. All right.
Can you use it? Oh yeah, there we go.
So obviously I know the Ford Ranger. This is
Your
a
number 1 choice.
This is a 2015.
It
It is.
got a bit of stuff on it.
Shed. So look, that's a clean. That's a
That's
nice
a
picture,
really
actually.
clean.
It's a clean looking Ranger, isn't it? So let me just click on this myself so I can bring up my my little notes. So this has only done 140,000 K, so well and truly under Jaden's 250 that he has told me about. 2 to 3 inch adjustable lift kit.
Adjustable.
Yeah.
Oh, you mean adjustable as in
Yeah,
not
I'd say the
compression and
So it's got the
Rebound.
285s on it with 16-inch rims. It's got Maxxis tyres on, 3-inch exhaust, snorkel. It's got a little pedal module. Spotties, it's got a bull bar, scrub bars obviously, full solar and 12-volt electrical system, and the RSI smart canopy. So when we get inside,
yeah, it's got the whole draw system, everything.
so
in it.
you could potentially argue that that's not a light tourer,
No, that's a light tourer.
but it's got, it's not the heavy box canopy. It's got everything like that. That is a great setup in the back there. That's unbelievable. It's got the
I think this ute would
aftermarket
be
lights on the back there.
quite well weighted. Have they got like a tank behind those drawers?
I don't believe they do, but what they do have is tailgate storage. So that
Oh yeah.
little compartment there is converted to storage on the tailgate, and they can fit their table up on top of the RSI smart canopy, but on the inside of the roof. I love that car. That's 35K private seller, I believe. And it's done 140, and it's got, you do not need to touch that thing once you pick that up.
It's very clean, isn't it?
And it's
very clean.
110,000 kilometres under the 250 mark that we were given.
It's very clean.
Is that going to be a key point? How many Ks under the mark you've got?
I think it helps, especially probably helps with a Ranger.
I like it.
So it's not, I wouldn't be probably giving you a Ranger up around 250.
Is there a rear bar on it too there?
Yes, there is.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, but I think this is going to be hard to beat if you got
Yep.
2 more.
It is going to be hard to beat. Let me tell you.
Just for people who can't see, you've got the full bar work all the way around.
Yep.
It's a black and white and squarish canopy, roof bars on the back, no roof rack or roof bars on the roof because that wouldn't be necessary. It's got heaps of cargo in the back. We've got the snorkel on there. We've got the UHF as well. We've got the spotties. We've got the rear bar. Man, thing's got everything.
It's a pretty neat car. Pretty neat car. All right, Jaden. You go on the D40 Navara next, righto. This one, now $25,000. So it's 10,000K, 10K, or $10,000.
10,000K, what's that? 100,000.
under the price. 170,000 kilometers on the clock. It's another private seller. I know, 170. I know, but you're only paying 25K. So the light touring aspect comes in. So that looks like a pretty full setup tourer.
That's got the full.
We're talking winch,
back.
bull bar, scrub bars, UHF, spotties.
Why do they blur out their number plates when they're selling the car online?
Don't know.
Maybe if they want to keep the number plate, would that be?
Oh, maybe.
Would that be something?
Maybe if it's.
But it's just a standard plate.
Yeah, I have no idea.
You have to look up the rego anyway, right? You got to do your revs check on it.
Yeah. Anyway, so I like this one too because you've got look at that little
Speaker system.
sound system up in the canopy there for a party.
Is that just a boom box?
Oh, that's an old boom box. That is the coolest part of the car.
And it's got like look at the little switch panel on top of it and all your outlets through it.
Oh, it's a homemade boom. Right.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. So anyway, this now I'm going to say it. Don't laugh. It's a jack off canopy. So as soon as you want to jack off, you can anytime and leave your canopy at home and you've got your Ute set up, which the Ute was the part of the car sales quiz. So that this car, I reckon, is...
Why do they call them jack off canopies, honestly?
I'm not sure.
Does it call a jack off canopy in there?
Yeah, it said jack off canopy. It did. It's also got
Lift
it's
off
also
canopy. Come on, people.
Features the whole family will love leather gear knob.
While you jack off your canopy.
Yeah.
It did say jack off canopy. I swear, I'm sure it did. Oh no, sorry.
It's not a jack
It said
off.
lift off. I just like jack off. I think that sounds much
Look
better.
what a tap is. That's actually
Yeah, so this
pretty
is
clever.
the only part that made it not a light tourer, but I couldn't find really. This was the best example with the $10,000 undoes. So that is my 10,000 cat. So that's my exotic choice kind of thing because it's you save yourself 10 grand. Bit different. It's a bit of a different setup, but I actually don't mind it.
170,000 Ks.
It's 170,000 Ks.
I'd be a little bit worried about the timing chain.
Yep, I don't worry about those things.
Just
That's
get it and
Especially
go.
with
That's why
D40.
before I ever buy another car, I'll be asking you what you think. But it's the 6-cylinder 3-litre turbo diesel. This one, so like the D40s they've got an okay name for themselves. But anyway, another clean car. Last one
The steel rims are interesting on this one.
because I feel like I'm taking up the time of everyone here, and they're probably never going to buy these 3 cars. So I'm trying to. I'm
The
trying to keep
single
this.
cab Hilux.
Yeah, so another little difference is I've gone the single cab here. Because today was about touring with a family, I went obviously 4-seaters. You can't really do much with that Navara because of that water tank in the back, but if you needed to move it, you could.
Small kicks could still.
Put your... Yeah.
Probably want to move that tap though.
Yeah.
You get a bit of
Well,
sideways there.
the kid will never get thirsty.
Well, that water tank just lifts out.
Yeah, that's true.
That's just one of those lift out ones.
Which-
Yeah.
So that was those two were the family tours. Like they were traveling with the family. That's what we're talking about today. This is for if it's not a family, it's just the two of yous or the one of yous. And you've got yourself a Hilux, which is, I suppose it's the N70, so it's engine wise and all of that. This car's tried and trusted. 157,000 Ks on the clock. It's a manual. It's actually here in WA, this one. So if you want it, Ronny, you can go and get it. 35 or 34,990. Now this is in a car yard, so that's why they've given you the 34,990. They don't want to make it sound like 35, but I just think this is another one. This is definitely a light tourer. You've got that half box canopy set up in the back. You got your all-terrain tyres on it. It's just it's got enough to get you away.
It's got the it's got the half canopy.
It's got you got a obviously you've got a water tank here with a tap off the back, little setup pantry there and a couple of drawers. And that's, I think, a really great light tour. If you're flying solo, I think you may need to get some...
Looks like it's ready to go.
You need some probably racks on the top, maybe. You could put some racks on top of that canopy. And away you go, and it's obviously got...
How many Ks on that one?
157,000.
No, that's not too bad. What year is it again?
It's a 2012. Yeah, I didn't explain that. 2012. So, yeah, water tank with pump, throttle control, UHF. It's got the Bilstein lift with Dobinson springs, drawers. It's had a new genuine Toyota turbo, rocker, cover, gasket, and injector lines done. Heavy-duty clutch done.
Injector
7,000.
lines or injectors?
Injector lines.
Okay.
So, I don't know. It's had a bit of...
It's a later one anyway, so...
Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
But anyway, I think that was another decent choice. If you're going a single cab, you don't need the family space.
I reckon you've
choice.
just set this up, so I have to pick the Ranger.
Has to pick the Ranger. If you don't pick the Ranger out of these three...
Yeah, clearly I'm full of shit. I'm picking the Ranger out of these three.
You are being paid by a Toyota. People, he's not. He's picked the Ranger, I told you.
Yeah, the Ranger is the cleanest and...
Yeah. So that's my car. I don't know if car sales is it. Maybe I just give one car. It took a while. I enjoy doing it, but...
Give us a feedback.
Well, people mightn't... People, they're going to be like, mate, I'm not buying these cars. Shut up. Talk about something that actually I can...
Well, we're not talking about my undies this time, so... until now.
Yeah,
well,
you brought it back
until
up.
now you brought it up. That's you.
Anyway.
I think that's good. Give you a good option of some Utes and stuff that's available for a good price range.
Yeah, I need... Give me some curly ones, please, because I love having a look what's out there.
Okay.
So maybe I will just go the two. I'll give you my pick of the bunch, my pick of car sales, and then I'll give you, the out there choice. Maybe I'll go two. Lauren was trying to talk to me all last night while I was trying to find these cars.
I think you did
So
pretty
what are
well.
you doing? And I was like, I'm prepping for the podcast.
I have a job to do.
Yeah, I've got it.
I have to find cars.
Yeah.
I have to find cars that I want to buy.
And I'll never buy, obviously. You know what I did enjoy last week? I didn't have to talk about what car I wanted for like ages.
But I bet you still had some idea.
Yeah, well, my mate got his 300 series, so
Oh,
I
yeah.
was like, oh, now I like these.
What,
Even more.
GX, GXL?
VX.
Oh,
Yeah, and actually two mates got 300 series last week.
Really?
Last week, yeah.
Must be nice.
It must be bloody nice. That's what I said to him.
What is going on? Like, you keep talking about cars and then everyone around you is buying cars.
Yeah, well, that's just what I do. I just talk about them while everyone else actions it.
One day you'll have a car. It's
Yeah.
going to be the most shocking day of the podcast. You're going to come in with a car.
Yeah.
I
Brand
bet it'll
new
be a
one.
Ford Ranger.
Yeah, probably
It'd be
another
disappointing
Ranger.
because I probably stopped talking about it for like 3 years.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you just start talking about mods.
Yeah, okay. That's
No,
probably what we
yeah.
need on the-
Fair trade-off.
Someone
I know.
needs to buy a car soon for the show, don't they?
Yeah, someone does.
Oh, I've done pretty
You've
well.
probably done
lately.
your You've played your
I've been working hard on this
He's
one.
bought 2 cars already.
Yeah. just for the
Just for us.
All right, let's move into...
wow.
Let's get Ronny chatting here because I've just hijacked the whole show. We want to talk travelling with the family, mate.
Yep.
We know a lot of the listeners...
Not in that Navara.
Not in that Navara, no. In the Ranger, for sure.
Yeah, definitely the Ranger.
Jade and I have no idea about travelling with the family. What are the first things you think of, mate, when, I suppose, even just the crux of buying a vehicle that's going to suit travelling with a family? Like, what are you looking for? What are you going for?
You go. I don't think you should look at a car to get. I think you should try and use what you have
Okay.
straight away. Even if it's not a full drive, if you've got like a little X-Trail or something, just throw all this shit in there and then just go
Yep.
and see how it goes. Because already you're going to find out, we need to bring this and that for the kids.
Yep.
So all kids are different and you will always bring too much stuff, but you'll never use it. Your
Yep.
kids will want to bring everything. Well, it depends on your kids. Or you'll want to bring everything for them, but you don't need that much. Because
Yeah,
once
right.
they're out there, they'll just play in the dirt,
Yep.
do other things.
Yep. So what do you reckon once you actually get to camp, like, what's the best way to set up? Say it's a family of 4, two young kids under 10 sort of thing.
Yeah.
Like what are you doing when you get to camp? How are you setting up? How are you keeping them entertained when they get there? If it's, if you don't have all this stuff because you packed it in the extra and you just couldn't fit it, what does camp look like?
You try and get them involved in what you're doing,
Right.
even though it's going to take longer.
Yep.
But it's going to do two things. One, going to keep them busy. Two, it's going to keep them near you because you might be in an area where you don't want them just to wander
Near
off.
water or
Yeah. You just want to sort of just get things sort of set up, and then sort of let them do their thing.
Yep.
You got to let them do their thing.
Yep.
Maybe just give them some boundaries. Don't go too far. Give them a UHF radio, but show them how to use it.
Yep.
And most of them you can actually lock the channel because often they'll accidentally press a button and they'll change the channel.
Yeah. What's that movie where they it's American Pie.
Oh,
I think we've spoken about that before with the UHF.
Gone straight there again.
And the dad changes the channel and listens to and all the coppers. That's elite.
Oh, that's a good one.
Find out what
That's a good
frequency
one.
they have. The old Maccas.
But it is a great gift, isn't it, for the kids? Like getting a walkie-talkie.
Just get
as
like
they
the
call it.
0.5.
Yeah.
The 0.5ers, because then you can actually tell if it doesn't take long for a 0.5 to drop out.
Yeah, okay.
So then you know, they're going a bit far now.
Yeah, gotcha. Yeah. So what's the ideal place to go, say, if you're starting out as a family then?
Just anywhere nearby.
Yeah.
Maybe don't go anywhere where there's like a vast, massive forest for the first time.
Yeah.
Because, you don't want someone to go missing,
Yeah.
But just, just take them wherever you can.
Yeah.
The beach is great as well.
Yep.
Just anywhere local you can go, somewhere where you're not too far away from things. If you need to go and I don't know, get some medication, especially for young kids, you got to bring. That's one thing you got to bring everything of. It's just bring your kids like paracetamol and Nurofen, all that stuff, because if they get a fever and stuff out there, it could be the difference between you uprooting and going home, or just especially really young ones. Yeah, especially with first-time parents, they'll they always freak out.
Yeah, I could imagine. Yeah,
and everyone does it.
Yeah, no doubt. So if there is like an infant baby sort of age, how are you sleeping? Where's everyone like? Are we?
You would, there's a couple. I mean,
like if you're in an X-Trail, you're not towing a van or anything like
no,
that. You're getting a couple of swags at best.
That's pretty. Yeah, okay. So if you got a little car, well, hopefully you've only got one kid there. But if you're packing a lot of people in, you're just not going to go for that long.
Yeah, okay.
You're basically not going to go for that long.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're going to need a whole heap of stuff. And if you got like a full tent set up and stuff, it's going to take you ages and all the stuff and all the gear. So I would kind of minimize everything you can. And then if that's going to make it so you're there for a day less, then so be it. Otherwise, you might go somewhere, you try and do it for 5 days. Well, the whole time you're going to lose like 2 days, one for setting up, one for packing down.
Yeah.
Because there's just stuff everywhere, man.
Yeah, righto.
You don't be bothering with that. You got like, with a tent setup, it's probably the easiest way to go with one of those RV5 kind of styles.
Yeah, it's actually a good call.
Yeah, just a quick pop up. That's what we used to do.
You can all sort of get in there.
Yeah, because then you can have the baby cot in there.
Yeah.
And then you'll be able to sleep there as well.
Yeah, cool. Yeah.
And then most people who have a baby, I mean, if that's the only kid they're bringing, well, that's not too bad.
Yeah.
But for those who have a baby and a bigger child, if they haven't been camping before, which there could be a big chance of, that's when you need to bring a lot more gear.
Yeah, righto. So your girls obviously have started camping from a young age. Did you have to change the way you did things to sort of accommodate them and help them enjoy the experience, or were the girls just because they've started doing it from such a young age, they enjoy their camping?
Yeah. They love it.
So because I reckon that if you didn't get it, so not that you can get it wrong or right, but if say there was a wrong or right to doing it,
you always get it wrong to start with.
Yeah, and I could imagine if you keep getting it wrong, you'll steer them away from actually wanting to go camping in the future and stuff like that. So like, what was it about it?
Yeah, I think what kids will pick up on. do you ever recall going camping with your parents and they get a bit flustered and frustrated and they're arguing and stuff like that?
Yeah, I mean, do that.
Yeah.
Not even camping.
I think that's the only really bad stuff that kids will remember.
Yeah, right.
Well, and I'm not saying they'll remember it in a bad way. Like I remember, I laugh at it now. I remember when my parents took me camping, and my old man, he had this lantern. He melted the tent with the lantern. The lantern was melting, and we didn't stay for very long because they were arguing. There's just so much shit everywhere, and they weren't really campers,
Yeah.
But but when I take my girls camping, I've got it wrong so many times. Like not bringing enough staff or bringing too much is actually more the case, and you figure out pretty quick that they don't need all this stuff. They're happy to go look for a stick and stuff like that. What you got to look out for is educating quick on fire, and it's actually good if they slightly burn themselves at some stage.
Yep.
Because then they'll quickly learn, oh shit,
Yeah,
fire is hot, water is wet. So, and because if they don't get that little lesson of burning themselves, like don't go out of your way and burn them, but they will burn themselves eventually.
Yeah.
And the fastest way of doing that is you give them some marshmallows, you warn them already, and then they'll touch the end of the stick and go and burn their finger.
Yep.
And then they're like, "Oh, I'm staying away from that fire."
Yeah.
Until an hour later, they throw more shit in.
Life lessons.
And bring extra clothes.
Yep.
If you don't bring anything extra, just like if you're going for 5 days, we'll bring 10 sets of clothes.
Yeah, okay.
But don't let them feel like, oh, I'm dirty, got to get changed, because then you could have the problem of, I need to get changed.
Yeah.
So you just let them go for goal, let them get dirty, and then put them in tomorrow's clothes when they go to bed. That's one I learned from someone else on a tag-along. So I've learned heaps from tag-alongs.
Yeah.
You see what other people doing stuff, and it seems a bit weird to start with, and it's like, oh, that's actually a really good idea.
Yeah, that's a great tip. So as the girls did get older, to traveling with teens, now you might be struggling in an X-Trail to get away with teenage kids because of the space potentially.
Depends on the kids, I reckon.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
True. I'll frame it this way then. What would be, so you've got 2 teenage kids and you're going away and you might be looking to spend a bit more time away this time. What is the ideal setup for touring with a family? I know we don't have the ultimate setup. We're trying to find it. But
I think, look, I've only got one teenage girl at the moment and another one that's approaching the teenage age. And the difference between 11 and 13, or 10 and 13, which it is at the moment, nearly 10 and 14, there's a vast difference. There's like, one is just exiting the toy stage. Well, kind of has, but is not quite aware of that transition yet. You probably remember at some point when you were a young kid, and your parents are like, oh, what do you want for Christmas this year or something? And you're like, oh, I really want this and this. And they're like, I don't think you'll be playing with that in about a year's time. And you're like, no, I want that. And then you end up getting that bloody toy. And then sure enough, you don't use it. You're like, oh, I don't want toys. I'm too cool for toys now. And that's what happens, right? And so that sort of stage is like, once you have 2 teenagers, it depends on who they are as well. Like, so with girls, I mean, if they want to bring all kinds of stuff with them, that can be a bit problematic, and same with boys, I guess. So what you got to do is you give them a bag and you say, this bag, you can put whatever you want in it, but if it doesn't fit in this bag, it's not coming.
Yep.
That's it. End of story. This is your bag and this is your clothing bag.
Yep.
And then that way they'll prioritize what they want to bring, and they'll find something else to do while they're out there.
Yep.
Because they'll be distracted by wherever you are. If you're on the beach, they'll be in the water, providing it's not winter. If you're in the bush, they'll be doing other stuff,
Yeah.
It's like everyone with their phone anxiety. They just want their phone. But as soon as you're out there in the bush, people just forget about it.
You can't, yeah.
Yeah.
It's almost nice when you can't have it.
Yeah.
Because of service or whatever, and it's just like...
that is the best. The worst thing is when someone puts on Starlink at camp.
Oh, yeah.
Everyone just...
Bang. Yeah.
That's where you walk over and you go, hey, mate, you switch that Starlink off.
Yeah.
Yep. Oh, what's wrong on my phone?
Yeah, it's interesting that, isn't it? Like I think we've spoken about this a while ago, where Starlink, what's it going to do to camp? You know, like as good as it is for a lot of people.
I think
Great. It's a great concept, but yeah,
it is a great concept, but whoever's rolling with it, for example, Sean, Mission 4x4,
Yep.
he has Starlink, and when we went out in the Baxter and that, it was like, okay, we'll switch it on, but he goes, in about an hour's time, I'm going to switch it off.
yeah, okay,
So he tells you, I'm going to switch it on for an hour, they're going to switch it off.
Yep.
And he's checking his emails and stuff.
Yeah,
because he's got a
yep,
business.
operate the business,
He's
yep.
running. And then everyone will jump on, send some text, and then that'll be the first 5 minutes, and then the rest of the time they're just scrolling.
yeah, yeah,
Taking photos and posting them or whatever.
yeah. I like the time limit on it.
Yes,
You can have it out
100%.
there.
Yeah.
for sure. I reckon there's a lot we could ask with traveling with the family. So maybe if any questions pop up from listeners or viewers, please send them in. We can cover these at another stage. The last one I want to ask you though is, what is your favourite trip that you've done with your family? So that, and I know you've done plenty, but is there one that stands out, and maybe the reasons why?
I think the first time we took the kids to Shark Bay.
Yep.
Hannah would have been 2, maybe even younger actually. Yeah, she was really young. Sienna would have been like 3 or 4. Yeah, no, that was cool. Just take them there for the first time. But I mean, there's been plenty of, like, that's where we had the wife with me as well on that one. But on the bigger trips that I've done, that's only been with my girls.
Yeah, right.
Because the wife's been working.
Yep.
So, in a sense of that, the best trip I've done with just the kids, that's definitely down along the backside. It's just having them out there for like 8 or 9 days.
Yep.
And it's awesome, because they're near the cliffs. That's probably the most anxious point though. You got your kids near a cliff, and you're like, man,
That'd be tough.
you're just like, Dad, you're hurting me. It's like, well, I don't want you to fall down. That was great. Just sand dunes, the backs of the cliffs.
Yep.
Just talking about all kinds of stuff in the car when they're seeing things. Like we saw a wild dog run out in front of us, and then next 2 hours just talking about wild dog.
Yeah.
We're going to see a wild dog again?
Yeah,
I hope not.
So do you feel that almost I mean, obviously, father-daughter relationship, you're going to know your girls really, really well, but does it add another layer to, I suppose, getting to know your girls, especially as they start to grow up and stuff? Like I feel like camping would be a great way to, and traveling would be a great way to do that. Like you say, you're chatting for 2 hours about something you've just seen, and you get to do it with the ones you love.
Yeah, 100%. Like you're experiencing the same thing with them. You're showing them things, and they will remember that. Yeah. Like you always remember like those memories, I reckon. So and they've been hanging for it. I haven't had a chance for the last year to really get them out on a decent trip.
Yeah.
So I'm hoping next school holidays that
Cool.
blast out.
Very good.
Yeah.
Get out there with the family.
Yeah. What would be your main concern, you think?
Oh yeah. Well, not having kids, but I just reckon just like the little inconveniences, I suppose, like that would be the main concern. I don't know what they would be, but just like, especially with younger kids probably, because obviously don't have a family. So the first time I do, the kids are going to be young. Or the kid will be young, and it's just sort of, like you say, first time parents getting to know what actually parenting's like in your own home, or where you're comfortable and you've got all all the amenities around you, and taking that. So just the little things like, not having a tap or a little bathtub or whatever it is. I don't know, but I just think the little inconveniences would be the one.
Bathtub's actually the easiest one to sort out. So
just dip them in the river.
Those washing baskets that you have that don't have holes in them?
Yeah.
You just bring one of those, and even if you don't have a water heater, you could just boil a couple of billies or something.
Yeah, true.
throw in there, and you can actually give them a bath.
Yeah.
And they'll just chill in it. That'll work up to about the age of maybe 3 or 4.
Yeah. So that's the thing. I reckon any inconvenience that I could think of right now, just like those little things that would be annoying camping with children, I reckon you'd have an answer for me, and it'd be like, oh yeah, actually, it's fine. So I think it's just the part of not knowing as well. But
that's also learning the hard way. Also, think outside the box.
Yeah.
Like that washing basket thing.
Yeah.
That wasn't my idea. That was the wife's idea, and that was bloody brilliant.
Yeah.
You know?
That's actually triggered my memory on one more question I want to ask. What about food and cooking? Like bringing enough food and then like having, I suppose, is it the time or the...
Keep it simple.
Keep it simple.
Yeah, because kids don't like all these flavours.
A couple of sausages and bread. And
yeah.
Bit of sauce.
Yeah. So
I still like that.
If you got fussy... yeah, exactly. I mean, we all do that now while we're camping, right? Kids are fussy, man. And when you're out there, a lot of kids, they just won't eat what they have, you know. So... You make sure you bring what they'll eat, but then you also just remind them before you even go on a trip. You plant that seed of the what we're bringing. That's all we have, you know. Yeah. So you can't have half a loaf of bread of toast in the morning because that loaf of bread's got to last us for this long.
Yeah,
I think the hardest thing is you can educate people about kids about water, but you still got to be there in case they don't turn that tap off properly.
Yeah.
Like we went through so much water on one particular trip, and I obviously wasn't keeping an eye on it all the time.
Yep.
So, because they wash their hands every time. So they're back to the sink, washing their hands, back to the sink. And I'm like, oh my God. I mean, like the last day we actually ran out of water.
Yeah, right.
So we started using our drinking water to wash hands and stuff.
Yeah, okay. Yep.
The shower tent method is a great one as well. Which I think I've spoken about a number of times. You pop the shower tent out. It doesn't matter where you are on the track. You can literally put your kids inside the shower tent, and they can go for a number one or whatever.
Yep.
Chemloo, but I prefer to sort of teach the kids, you know, dig a hole in the bush. But there's many places you can't do that. So majority of people, whether you go camping, you can't really just dig a hole and do that. So you kind of need a Chemloo.
Yeah.
So even if we have borrowed a caravan and we're out camping, I will never use that. I'll hop in the car. I'll drive away if we're in a pub, like a very dense area.
Yeah.
And I'll find a nice tree and dig a hole.
Just drive to take a shit.
Yeah.
I'm just taking a shit.
Yeah.
Going for a 45-minute drive for a poo.
And right now I'm white knuckling, so... We've got to go.
Oh, that's a good one. All right, so for listeners, if you've got any tips or you want to ask any questions, please send them through, because I think there's a lot of people out there that would probably like to hear about it.
Yeah. So I reckon the 2 best lessons I learned from other people: 1, talcum powder if you're camping on the beach, even if it's wet sand.
That gets rid of the sand, doesn't it?
Yeah. That's even good for adults. And number 2, put your kids in the clothes that they're going to wear the next day. And that's another one that I didn't really think about until someone pointed it out, and I thought that's a bloody brilliant idea.
Yep, like it. Great way to finish. All right, we are moving now to around the fire pit, please, Jadon. Or should I say Morton?
Morton.
Nice.
It was hot last night.
Wow.
Yeah, it's been. I've actually felt like it's been a little bit warmer through the nights lately.
You know it's raining, eh? Just wake up in a sweat and you're like, oh.
Jeez, I know people living maybe on the East Coast or, you know, in some of the colder parts of the world. But geez, we've had some rain in Perth, haven't we?
We have.
Oh, don't know.
Oh, yeah, sorry, mate.
Oh, yeah.
You've been up.
Was it dry in Bali?
It was elite, yeah.
Yeah.
It rained one day in the morning, and then, that just made it more beautiful.
It rained every day except for one, I reckon.
Oh, so you sent it back up. Sent it up to me, did you?
It's bloody been
It's
wet.
been hammering, yeah. that desert track got opened for like, you know, what I was going to do.
Yeah.
So it shut. Then it opened the day where I was supposed to be there. But already, you know, obviously permits and stuff.
Yeah.
And then a week later it shut again because of the rain. And now it's still shut. It's like, man,
Yeah, I mean,
Eventually.
I think the rain's a good thing, but gee, it just
It is.
hasn't let
Yeah,
up.
it is.
It hasn't let up. Anyway, that's
Enjoy it while it's here.
yeah, you're probably right because when summer comes around, doesn't rain for 6 months, we'll be like, oh, where is it?
You should see the Mundaring Powerline track.
Oh, I could imagine.
Holy moly.
Could imagine.
I think there's been a bit of carnage out there. There was actually a whole air filter soaked that was laying on the ground. So someone's had a bad time.
Yeah, right.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Right.
Righto, what do we got?
Hey guys, this is Mark Halawati. You read out a message of mine. I just want to say thank you for your help and your advice. I think I'm starting to lean down the Y62 pathway. That was my question about the 62 or the 200 series. It seems like I'm getting better value for the Y62, less things to do, bigger, potentially better, cheaper to run and cheaper to own. So, but I enjoyed listening to you guys and all your different thoughts. And Duggo, I like the idea of spending more, but spending more means you're going to spend more again, and it just keeps creeping up. When does the budget ever stop? But thanks, guys. Really appreciate it. And if you see me driving around the streets of Perth with Victorian number plates and a big Y62 all murdered out with big Lifton tyres, touring mods, that'll be me. Cheers, guys. Thank you.
Awesome, Mark.
We'll keep an eye out for that one.
Yeah. I'm glad it maybe helped a little bit what we chatted through.
Good to know. Good to know.
And he's right about the budget.
He's
you know.
right.
Yeah,
it
you
never
can
stops.
step up, but then there's the other unforeseen cost.
Yeah, and you still, you always want a little bit more, don't you?
Yes, yeah. Yeah. But you also have to be realistic, but I think where he's working at, it's quite realistic.
Yep. Yeah, I like it. Yeah. Yep. I
Because
like it.
if you did go that bit higher, how's he going to get his big lift and
Yeah.
tyres and all that stuff?
How's he going to make it all the way to Perth?
Yeah, that's the other thing, isn't it? That'll cost more than a set of tyres.
Yeah, I reckon.
G'day, fellas. What are your thoughts on the BYD Shark? Seen a couple of things about it recently, and yeah, just wanted to get your ideas. Cheers.
The BYD Shark?
Build your
Yeah.
dream shark.
Have you heard of BYDs?
No.
You would have
The
seen a
Build
lot
Your
of them
Dream
on the
cars.
road
You've seen-
now.
They look like Teslas, but they've got
I've never
BYD on
actually
it.
seen this. Who sent in that? Jack.
Jack.
Jack, I've never even heard of the BYD Shark. I didn't know they did one.
You will love this car, Ronnie.
Yeah?
Yeah, it's got vehicle to grid
Right.
stuff, so you can
that it there?
you
What's
basically run all
yeah.
your electronics off of it.
It's an electric car, but eh?
Hybrid.
Oh, it's a hybrid.
Hybrid.
Is it?
Is that it there?
Yeah, so it's a hybrid
Yeah.
car. It's got an electric motor at the front, electric motor at the rear, and then the engine.
Right.
And it's got a total of 320 kilowatts of power, 650 newton meters of torque. That's front and back combined.
Yep.
1.5 litre 4-cylinder turbocharged engine, and it's a plug-in hybrid.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
How did I not know about this?
Oh,
So who's the manufacturer?
BYD.
BYD. Build your dreams.
But is there another vehicle manufacturer behind it? Looks like a Ranger.
It's a pretty mint-looking setup. Are they in Australia?
BYD is a Chinese company. But, sorry, the cars.
Are they? Yeah, they.
Nah, they're coming out end of the year.
The Sharkies.
Yeah, they're meant to be released end of the year, I think.
Interesting.
Well,
Could be wrong. Correct me if I'm wrong, but
it hits our plug-in hybrid, but we don't hate the hybrids.
No.
I don't know. It looks good.
I wonder how long till someone brings out the DIY.
The DIY.
The DIY Stingray.
The DIY Stingray. The DIY Dolph.
The DIY tuner.
We just go through every fish species.
oh wow.
The DIY coral trout.
Well, that's it up behind you.
Yeah. Well,
That's a very
that
small
wasn't
tub.
a fart, by the way.
Yeah, righto, mate.
It wasn't. It was my chair. It was my chair.
I can confirm. I can still breathe.
So,
It looks all right.
are we talking this is the only hybrid ute? Or where's this Hilux?
No,
the
there's
48
a
volt?
few other hybrid Utes.
They
They're all
let their
coming out
tyres down.
similar times. But this is the most, I think, exciting
That's pretty cool.
at the moment.
Look at that.
Steering wheel's on the wrong side.
Yeah, it is.
Look at the look at that little center console
Looks like
setup.
Yeah.
That's pretty neat.
It does
It is
look
pretty
pretty
neat.
neat. I'll give it that.
I mean, this is the thing you'll like. So,
Oh, what? Glow in the dark cable?
yeah,
Oh,
that's the one.
they're powering the projector from the car.
Yeah, I think tradies are a bit excited about this one. Well, some tradies are a bit excited about this one because you'll be able to run all your tools and stuff just straight off the
I
car.
tell you what, this bloke
So plug in.
he looks comfy, doesn't he?
He looks.
He's sitting real awkwardly in the back of the tub.
Well, he's
You
the
can see-
third wheel.
Mate, no.
There's like a couple there, and there's this.
Nah,
he
there's
and his missus have had a bit of a fight and she's kicked him off the road.
Oh, there's a dude there.
Yeah, there's a girl,
Oh, right. I didn't see that one.
Mister. But hey, it's 20. You know,
Yeah, well, yeah.
we're not. You know, could be any setup.
Could be him and his.
Could be a bit of a hybrid, if you know what I mean. Anyway,
Oh,
Oh, so the
DIY.
batteries on the bottom.
yes. Front and rear.
Shit, that's a lot of batteries.
Good by you, Jack.
Front and rear.
Never heard of this thing.
Nah, it's good.
Does it have an injection button in case it catches on fire?
A few of my mates are getting BYDs.
Yeah,
the
Dan,
Sharks,
Dan
not the
just
Sharks,
bought a
though.
BYD.
Dan did.
I have to say
BackChat
that
Dan.
the tub is
BackChat.
really small. The
Yeah,
tub's
it is.
really small.
It is. I think no. It's actually it's slightly bigger than the new Ranger.
Really?
Yeah, it's about 5 point something meters
Jeez.
in length. It's really.
Oh, yeah,
long.
but the tub is small.
Oh yeah.
If you go back to the side profile, the tub is really small. But it does seem like there's mass room for passengers in there. You see how big that back door is, and then just look at the tub. It's
Yeah.
the wheel arch is more than half the tub. It's 2/3 of the tub. Yeah.
I think it'll be a big-ish tub though, considering the length of the overall car. Or like normal size tub.
What size was the motor?
1.5 liters.
And they've done a lot of testing in Australia, it reckons.
Yeah.
1.5.
Yeah, they reckon
litres.
they've done a fair bit of testing in Australia.
Oh.
It's meant to be a
Not sure about that.
Australian.
1.5 litre engine.
Yeah.
That's very small.
Yeah.
I mean, people think the 2.8 is small, you know? So it would need to rely on energy, I'd say, to do stuff, especially if it's loaded. So I reckon that could be a problem.
Interesting.
I'm intrigued to see how this goes. Though.
Oh, I'm intrigued too.
Yeah.
Yeah, very.
That's cool. I had not come across my desk. That has now.
Almost an on the radar.
It's not
isn't
my
it?
desk.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe on the radar this and really dive in. Oh, we just sort of did it on the radar on it, didn't we?
Well, we can.
So what's the whole
Thanks,
concept?
Jack.
Build your own. So you add stuff to it, or
I'm not
No,
sure
why they're called Build Your
Yeah,
Dreams.
I'm not sure why they're called.
do you get in a flat pack or something? What's the go?
Yeah, you got to build your car.
Build. Imagine that. Flat pack car.
Good way to get to know your car.
BYD
Yeah, Lego can come out with a car then.
stands for a lot. It could. You just could make up so many.
For BYD.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like you could just so many.
What do you got off the top of your head? mate?
I don't know. You don't want to know.
Oh, you know what? If Lego brought out a car, you have a crash, you just put it back together.
Jeez.
Build your
gotta get-
dreams back up.
You're like, shit, where's the instructions?
BYD BU.
It would be it'd be a bit painful stepping on all those Legos.
Just make sure if you do collab another car, it's a different colour. All right, otherwise you
That's
get
it.
Know your
tough.
blocks.
Yeah.
Ronnie's just living in this fantasy world right now. He's in Lego world.
Oh, that'd be cool.
Oh, wow.
G'day, boys. Matt from Overland Travellers here.
hello,
Just been
Matt.
listening to the potty as I'm spinning some spanners on my new old car. I got a HJ60, 42 years old. It's an 82 model. So, yeah, you can imagine there's a few issues with it, but it's all good fun, something good for the channel. Got me thinking, though, as I'm listening to your podcast, if you could go for a four-wheel drive that's over 35 years old, what would you go for and why? And how do you like my audio? It's nice, isn't it? Hey, boys. Cheers.
I like your audio.
His audio was actually very good.
Yeah, clean.
That was very,
Crisp.
very clean.
They might have sat down with a microphone and just recorded that one.
Yeah, there's a full stage production there from Matt.
Full on.
Holly was on the deck. She was behind the deck.
Just changing the levels. Quick line test, Matt, please.
Yeah. Can I get a clap? Can I get a clap, Matt? Thank
Clap,
you.
Matt, please. Yep.
He sent
Nice,
me,
Matt.
he sent me a hilarious message a little while ago. He was the message said, Holly loves the podcast, right? And then like I see this video message, and then she's like, while he's listening to it.
Oh, that's good. That's good.
That was gold, Matt.
What was Matt? What did Matt want us to talk about?
35.
Oh, 35 years. Yeah. Oh, Jaden, what do you got?
What would I buy?
Yeah.
Jeez, I do like the idea of a 60 series.
Yeah, I was thinking the same. I was thinking
Would a
60
60
or a
series be
GQ.
35 years old? Yeah. Would
Yeah.
it? Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well,
So,
that's probably.
See, I would be tempted towards an 80 series as well, but I don't think that's 35 years old.
oh no,
No, not quite.
not quite.
It'd be pretty close though,
It's close.
but not quite.
No.
Yeah.
Oh, it'd be close.
It'd be
but-
close.
Oh no,
60
actually,
series?
it won't be that close.
You reckon?
No, actually, it will be. Yeah.
Even one of those old Land Rovers.
The
Going
se-
off what
The 70's only just scraping in.
is it?
Yeah, by 5 years. Yeah. So yeah, I'd say a 60 or a GQ.
Oh yeah. I reckon the like the boxy 40
Yeah.
series. Yeah.
The one he's spinning spanners on right now.
Did he say HA40? Did he?
He's spinning spanners on the old the old new.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
old new.
Yeah, I reckon I'd be with him, like something like that. I just reckon that is just all class.
Yeah. Oh look, actually, if we're talking
That, Jaden.
35,
Oh yeah.
it's hard not to
The
go
old blue.
Yeah.
I just like that shape. I love that shape. I reckon that is so sick.
Yeah. It is good.
I'd definitely put another motor in it though.
Yeah,
Yeah, they're a bit sluggish. All cars back then were though.
it's just got to be a Toyota, but doesn't it? Or
Yeah.
can it be a Nissan?
It'll-
or a Land Rover?
Well, I was
That's
thinking Land Rover.
Yeah.
Based off of what
Well, okay.
Jeff last week.
Now you got Jeff on a hotline.
Yeah,
It'll be okay because you
Yeah,
Yeah.
'cause
you'll be
we're
getting a lot of
mates
calls.
with Jeff now.
yeah.
I
reckon.
Look, I'm actually going to stick with the GQ and the 60, but
Yeah.
I would somehow amalgamate them maybe
Oh,
Oi.
yeah. GQ would be elite.
like the GQ. Yeah. Oh, I don't know. Actually, one of
Yeah.
each.
What's Matt working
No.
on? What's his
What?
The old
FJ40 or
the old
H?
Elsie.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
Yeah, I'd actually, you know what? My mate's got a shorty GQ. Oh, like, it might be 83, I think. Elite.
The Safari one.
Yeah, Safari.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Safari shorty. I just think that's such a cool car.
Yeah.
They are cool.
These-
but
yeah.
geez.
I'm going to 40.
It's almost a modified episode there,
I'm
Ronny.
going to 40.
Safari shorty. You have one of those on?
Had a sort of midi on. Yeah, which is a shorty. Yeah, yeah, I have actually. It was a black one. It was an import. Yeah,
I
Have
love
you
it.
have you
I'll
checked
go
out?
that. That's mine.
That's right.
That's
Shorty,
mine. Yep, shorty.
cheeky shorty.
Yeah. Also, go check out our episode with Matt. Duggo.
Yeah, or
Go listen to it.
yeah,
You
do that.
specifically.
Yeah, I will. But go and check. I've actually got Matt and Holly's. So I've like stockpiled and downloaded their recent videos. So they had WA.
Yeah,
Cape,
I was watching all their Kimberley ones
Cape.
before I went up there.
Yeah, they've got some of the golf stuff. I think it's one of their more recent ones. So stockpiled, ready to go. Go and check their channel out. It's a good channel.
Great channel.
Matt,
lot of desert
Matt and
travel.
Holly, overland
Yeah, a lot of
travels.
desert travel.
Yeah, they get out of bed.
Really like it. They've got really good cinematography. Like really cool
Yeah.
looking videos.
Well, yeah, that's their craft.
I guess.
That's their daily craft too.
Yeah, I reckon Matt's from. I reckon it was Colliamberley, which I've randomly been there, and he could not believe that I'd been there because it's just a tiny little farming community in New South Wales. But I've been there.
There you go.
Yep.
And a really good area because
He lives now in a. They live now in a not really nice spot.
yeah, I'm surprised you didn't say where it was.
Well,
because
I know where it is. I'm not going to give it away. I know where it is, and I'm not saying it.
yeah,
All right. We're going to get you out of here, Duggo.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, busy man.
Sorry, mate.
No, don't be sorry. I'm sorry. I got to leave you. Probably good we don't take too much more of people's time here.
I got to run too.
Yeah, actually, Ronnie's busier than me. Where are you going, Jane? What do you got for the rest of the day?
Oh, I'm just going to be staying here working.
Okay.
Thanks, mate.
No worries.
Flying off to Bali again. End of the
Yeah,
day.
probably are, to be honest.
Where did you stay in Bali?
Just in a villa in Seminyak.
Oh, Seminyak. We know where he lives. He gave it away. Have I ever given away where I live on this? I hope not. No, I haven't. I've only just given away
Where Chris lives.
No, I didn't. I just said it's the round.
Yeah.
All right, let's go. Traveling with a family. Thanks, Ronny, for your insight. Because Jaden and I
You're
didn't offer much. The 4 Drive Podcast, music by the Southern River Band with Let It Ride. The 4 Drive Podcast on Instagram. Episodes over on BackChat's YouTube if you want to watch us. Thank you for the support. Our patrons, we love you. Appreciate it. Voice messages, get them in. Give us your tips on traveling with the family if you've got any questions.
Yeah.
And then
give us
while you're at
extra
it, just get some merch. Why not?